Now back to the Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener Radio Show, which is presented to you by Power Planter Earth Augers, the official digging tool. To find the right size for your digging project, visit powerplanter.com. Now here are your hosts, Joey and Holly Baird.
Welcome back to the Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener Radio Show, sliding through another episode. We appreciate you joining us each week. The WisconsinVegetableGardener.com, the destination for everything, past shows and everything that we do, videos in the garden and how-tos. Well, Holly, it's getting that time of year where farmers markets are going to be open, even in the situation that we're currently living in. There are farmers markets and they are deemed essential. But there are some things that, one, you would need to follow regardless, and two, some things that we should be cautious about even now.
Right. So one thing to note about the farmers markets is typically we do recommend people shop around. So maybe you move from booth to booth, what have you. But if at this point they're limiting the amount of people that are going to the market, you might not have that chance. So definitely still go to the farmers market, but I don't want to say take what you can get, but if you do have the opportunity, maybe if you go early or you go late or something, and there's not a lot of people around, or if it's like a daytime thing, you can go midday. I would recommend then kind of making sure you do check out all of the
right, because vendors. Now with these farmers markets, regardless, they have a parameter in which the organizers set. You can't sell beets for $52 a beet and have somebody else sell them for a nickel. There is some range in which is set forth ahead of time, so they are within, a quarter to a dollar, something of that range there. But be aware that there are some farmers, and it also depends on, they have to have a cost. They have a cost, and they know that I can't go below X amount of dollars for this particular item. It doesn't matter if the neighbor next door is selling them for 50 cents less. They know what their cut has to be, and they know how much they have to make in order to make ends meet. Right.
Another thing is to
and if you can afford it, it may not hurt to pay the little extra, because all of these people, farmers across the board, if they don't grow it, who is?
Right. Another thing is, talk to them about what they got going on, their experiences.
They will talk to you.
They will talk to you. Sometimes we suggest asking for samples or recipes. Definitely ask for recipes. Samples might not be.
If they have it on their website, their Facebook page.
Something like that. Yeah, you definitely want to talk with them about what they're selling. I discovered ground cherries at a farmer's market because I was given a sample, and I definitely like them, and now we grow them. So things that you can do.
Oh, and if you can't grow if you can't grow cauliflower, you can ask them, how do you grow this cauliflower? They will tell you how they grow it. Is it certified organic? Is it organic? Is it non-organic? What does the terms mean?
That's another thing is like if they use spray versus powder versus something else. Definitely talk.
They can't just say they're certified organic, because there is a tremendous amount of paperwork and criteria in which one has to go through in order to get that certification. If they just make it up, they basically lost their farm, because they will be sued, and you can't just falsely claim that you are certified organic if you don't have the paperwork and the documentation to back it up from the United States Department of Agriculture. It doesn't happen.
Right. So you definitely want to talk with them about their methods for pest control or whatever, weeds, what have you, versus just assuming that they're growing organically. Another thing is we suggest you to bring your own bags. This has become controversial at the grocery store this year, or as of late. I don't know how farmers markets are going to do it. Just keep in mind that if they give you a plastic bag, it's not like when you go to your big box store, like that's a drop in the bucket of cash for them. For a farmer, that is, they're paying for those bags, and they might not be a lot or whatever, but if you bring your own, it's a lot handier. It's better for the environment, obviously, and it's going to save them some money.
Well, another thing about farmers markets is it's not just vegetables. They sell meat, they sell cheese, they sell bread.
They sell even grains like oats.
Crafts?
Yeah, crafts. Bug spray, handmade soap, all sorts of stuff.
It's not a bad thing to pick up, because most of the time, if you're buying meat from a farmer's market, it typically, and it's not across the board, but that farmer, it was their animal that they butchered out, or they had a processor do it for them, so they know the whole chain of command of where the animal grew, how it was butchered, and and what was fed. It was all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And keep in mind that is maybe a priority as we get farther into the year.
Another thing you can do is you can buy in bulk, not necessarily immediately, but if you talk with that farm when you're like,
I'm making coleslaw.
Yeah, making coleslaw, or I want to can tomatoes, whatever, what have you. You definitely can speak with them, and then they can typically take an order, and then they can bring it the next time.
Or you may be able to go by their farm and pick it up. However they do it. You can go early. That's typically just like yard sale goers. Early is the best, depending on the situation. And you can always speak up.
Mm-hmm, definitely. If you have a question, if you have a request, whatever, you can even talk to the Farmers Market Association or whoever is putting that farmers market on. If there's something that you would like to request, or who knows, definitely
concern,
yeah, you definitely want to talk with people about that. For more information, please visit theWisconsinVegetableGardener.com.